In this video, we are going to draw this cute kawaii illustration of an adorable butterfly kitty in Procreate. During this easy step-by-step tutorial, you'll get familiar with a lot of useful features like Symmetry Tool, Liquify Tool, clipping masks, and blending modes, and learn the basics of drawing in Procreate. By the end, you'll not only draw an adorable illustration you'll be proud of, but also feel super confident using Procreate. And now, let's spend some time drawing. Let's begin by deciding what kind of canvas we are going to be using. Today we are using a standard square canvas that you can find in Procreate. Both our pixel width and pixel height are set at 2048 pixels. Of course, if you would like to use any other dimensions for your canvas, just go for it. As for DPI, we are using 300 and our color profile is set as sRGB with this low number. When it's all done, hitting done, getting redirected to our new canvas, and now we will need to decide what kind of colors we are going to be using throughout this whole tutorial. If you want to use your own colors, you are welcome to do it, but if you want to follow along and use the same colors that you will see throughout this tutorial, you can go under the description and download all the materials that you will see throughout this tutorial. So now when we've decided on our colors, let's just go to the layers, let's just go to the background color layer, and let's go under cards right here. We will select the color with the name background. When we did it, we are going back to our brush library. We are going to the calligraphy folder, monoline brush, tapping on the brush, and going under stabilization. We will adjust the slider amount. You can go to the drawing pad and try out how it works. If you want your lines to be smooth, play around with this option. Remember that you can always get back to this option later on if you need to. So now when we are done playing with this option, let's just go again to our color palettes, going under cards again, and then we will go and select the color with the name white. When we have the color, let's just go to our canvas and just with one line, we will go and create a shape of the circle. Hold your line at the ends and then we'll go to this option on the top and we will select the option circle. When we did it, let's just tap on the screen and then let's just drag and drop the color inside this shape. Now we will go to the arrow key and we will go and turn on snapping right here in the settings, and also we will select uniform method. Now let's just go hold our Apple Pencil at some blank space and we will be looking for these two orange lines, one vertical and one horizontal. When we did it, let's just tap on our arrow key and let's just go and start adjusting our shape to make it a head. So firstly, we will go under our range icon, canvas, and we will go and toggle drawing guides. Then we are going to edit drawing guides and go into the symmetry. When we have just one line, going and hitting done, and then we will go and use one option that Procreate has that will help us to build our heads. We are going to our magic wand tool and we are going under liquify. On the bottom, we will select push option and we will be changing the size of our brush so it will fit our illustration right now. What we need to do is to go and play with the shape and make it a little bit more squished and a little bit more wide on the bottom than it is on the top. So let's just spend some time here and let's adjust our shape to our liking. Now we are creating just the base shape for our head. So spend some time here, find what works for you. When you are done, let's just hit our magic wand tool twice and then we will go back to our brush and we will go and create the ears. So let's just go over one of the sides and we will go with the shape like that. Hold your line at the ends, try to make a nice connection right here on the side, and if you need to adjust it, go over the top to the editing mode and adjust it by moving your nodes here. So pay attention to this intersection between the shapes, try to make it nice and smooth, and also try to make these ears quite big. When you found the size and the rotation and the position that you like, let's just tap on the screen and let's just drag and drop the color inside. And now we have our head. Let's just go and make it just a little bit smaller and put it up so we have some space on the bottom. Go into our arrow key, uniform method, and firstly, let's just go and make it smaller gradually. We'll go to one of the nodes either on the top or on the bottom in the middle, and we'll just drag it down or up depending on the node and make this shape smaller. When we have it, let's just drag it a little bit higher so we will have some room on the bottom to add the body. When we have the result like that, let's just tap on our arrow key, getting back to our brush, and then we will go to our layers and we will create one more layer here. We will hold this layer and we will drag it underneath our layer with the head, and then we will go and start creating our shape. But firstly, we will just need to go to this layer and we will need to tap on it and select drawing assist. So that way we will be able to create our symmetry illustration on both sides. So now when we have the result like that, let's just go over one of the sides and we will go and start creating a simple shape for the body like that. So just go in there and we are creating a shape going in that way, creating a little curve, and when we reach the bottom, let's just go to this middle part and create a little dent here. When we have the result like that, let's just go over the top and we will close the shape so we will be able to drag and drop the color inside. And when we have the basic shape, let's just grab our eraser and let's just work on the shape. So we will just go increase the size of it if we need to, and we will go to this middle part and create the shape for the legs that we would prefer. So let's just spend some time here and create a nice shape that will look like that. Try to make all of your outlines very smooth. If you need to adjust something with your brush, don't hesitate to go back to your brush and adjust it. And if you want to go to the Liquify tool, for example, one more time, you can go and adjust your shape with this tool too. Just adjust the size of your brush and again spend some time here and create a nice body that you would prefer. When you have the result that you like, let's just tap on our magic wand tool twice, and then again we will go to our layers and we'll create one more layer. Let's just tap on this layer and let's select Drone Assist. We will use the same color and the same brush and we will go over the sides and we will start creating little arms here. So let's just go over one of the sides and create a shape of the ellipse. Firstly, get back to your brush and hold your line at the end. When we did it, let's just go over our top to the editing mode and let's just move the shape a little bit to the side so we will have a little gap right here between our body, our head, and our little arm here. If you want to adjust the shape, you are welcome to go and do that. If you want to make these little arms very big, you are welcome to do it. If you want them to be small, again, you are welcome to do it. When you are done, let's just tap on the screen and let's just drag and drop the color inside. And now when we have the shape like that, let's just go again to our layers and we will go again and create one more layer. Tap on it, select Drone Assist, and let's just drag it underneath all the layers that we have. So holding our layer and dragging it down. When we did it, let's just go again to our color palette and let's select Magenta Wing color. And when we did it, let's just go to the sides and we will be going and creating little lines like that. So we are just creating a little element like that, so it will look like we have some elements behind our little arms that we have right here. So they are not just floating. And when we have this shape like that, let's just go and continue adding the details. So firstly, let's just go again to our layers and we will go over our layer with the head. Let's create one more layer here. Let's tap on it. Let's select Drone Assist. And then we will go to our color palette and we will select the color with the name Dark Purple Eyes. Let's make the size of our brush just a little bit smaller. And then we'll go over one of the sides and we will start creating our facial features. So let's just go and start creating an ellipse going in that way. Hold your line at the end and then we will go over our top to the editing mode. Let's try to make these shapes quite straight and we'll also need to find the position for them. So let's just go somewhere to the middle part or a little bit lower and then we will go and try to position it right here on the line where we have our body. So if you want to play around and find different placement for your elements, you are welcome to go and do that. When you are overall satisfied, let's just tap on the screen and let's just drag and drop the color inside. When we did it, let's just go again to our color palette and select the color with the name Pink Ears. With this color, we will go right between our eyes. Let's just make the size of our brush just a little bit smaller. We will go to the middle part and we will go and create this kitty mouth in a shape like that. So just creating a digit 3, you can hold it at the end. So you can go to the editing mode and adjust it through editing your little notes here. Take a look at it from the distance, decide whether you like it or not. If it's not happening from the first try, try it out one more time. Just find what works for you. When you are satisfied with everything here, let's just go to the sides from our eyes and let's create 2 whiskers or maybe 3 whiskers like that. Play around with these elements. When you are done, let's just go again to our color palette and let's select the color with the name Red Lines. With this color selected, we will go over the top right between our ears and we will create the elements of the butterfly. So let's just go with simple shapes like that. Let's create them. Let's drag and drop the color inside. If we have some areas that we need to recolor manually, we will go and do that. Then we will grab our eraser and we will work on the shape. So let's just make a nice tip on the bottom and a very nice shape on the top. So when we have the result like that, let's again get back to our color palette and select the same Pink Ears color. And with this color, we will go to the inner parts of the ears and we will just go and repeat the overall shape that we have outside. So again, just with one line, create the shape, hold your line at the end. If you need to adjust it, go to the editing mode and adjust it from here. Work on the shape and when you are done, tap on the screen and let's just go to the bottom and create this line that will end up our shape. Again, if you have some little gaps that you need to adjust, go and manually adjust them and then just drag and drop the color inside. If you still need to adjust some places, grab an eraser, grab a brush, and adjust them too. When you are done with this task, let's just go and add a few more elements. So firstly, we will go to this area that we have right here on the bottom underneath our hat, and we will create additional element here. But to make sure that we are right underneath the hat, let's just go and do the following. We will go to our layers and we will hide our layer with the hat by tapping on this little check mark. And then on the same layer where we have our additional elements, we will just go there and create a little heart here. Or if you prefer some different shape, you are welcome to go and edit here too. When we have the heart, let's just go and drag and drop the color inside. When we have the result like that, let's just get back to our layers and unhide our layer with the hat. And then let's just go and work onto our facial features even more. So what we need to do firstly, we will go to our layers, we will tap on this layer where we have our facial features and additional elements on. We will choose Alpha Lock. When we did it, firstly, let's just go to our brush library. We will go to the airbrushing folder and we will select soft blend brush. When we did it, we are going back to our color palettes and selecting dark magenta ice color. Adjust the size of your brush and set the opacity of this brush to around 20%. When we did it, we will go to the top parts of our eyes and very softly we will be adding the gradient. We don't need to make it very blotchy, we need to make it very soft. So we will have no distinctions between the colors, so we have a nice transition here. So adjust the shape, adjust the color, try to make a very soft transition, and when you did it, let's just go again to our color palettes and select light orange ears color. Again, we will go and adjust the size of our brush, and we will go to the top parts of our ears, and we will be adding this additional gradient color here too. When you are satisfied with everything here, let's just go again to our brush library, calligraphy folder, monoline brush, and then we will get back to our color palettes and select the same white color that we used for our body shape. When we did it, let's just go and adjust the size of our brush to something around 2% or maybe 3%, and we will go inside the eyes and we will add little highlights in the shape of the hearts. Or if you prefer any other sparkles, you are welcome to go and add them too. Adjust the shape to your liking. Try to make it very nice and very pointy. If you want to add more details, maybe more highlights with just the shapes of the little dots or something like that, you are welcome to go and do that too. Also, with the same color, we can go over the top parts where we have these little antennas, and we can just go and maybe add some additional elements here too. It's all up to you. When you are done with this task, let's just go again to our layers, and we will go again underneath our layer with facial features, and we will create one more layer from here. Again, we are tapping on it and selecting Drawing Assist. When we did it, we are getting back to our brush library, airbrushing folder, soft blend brush, and then we will go back to our color palette and select magenta wings color. With this color, we will go and adjust the size of our brush, and then we will go underneath our eyes and we will add little cheeks here. So you are welcome to play around with this element. You can make it very bright or very soft. It's all up to you. If it's too bright to you, you are welcome to go back to your layers, tap on this N icon on this layer, and then go to the opacity slider and adjust it to your liking. When we are done with this task, one more time, getting back to our brush library, calligraphy folder, monoline brush. And then when we have the result like that, let's just go and start adding some shadows. So firstly, we are going to our layer where we have the body. We'll create one more layer here, tap on it, select clipping mask, and then we will go to the N icon and choose multiply blending mode. For the opacity for now, let's go with something around 25, maybe 30%. If it's too much or not enough, we are going to adjust it later on. So now when we have the result like that, tap on this layer and choose Drawing Assist one more time, so we will be adding our elements on both sides evenly. Now let's just go over the bottom part and we will go and start adding our little shadow in a shape like that. So just creating the shape going in that way, and then we will go over the top and we will create a shape going up in that way. So just create a nice shadow going in that way. If you want to combine these two shadows together on the sides or anywhere, you are welcome to go and do that. When we are done with this task, decide whether you like the amount of opacity, and then we will go to our color palettes and select the dark purple ice color. With this color, we will go and adjust the size of our brush just a little bit, and we will go to the tips of our legs and we will create little curves here too. So when we have something in that way, let's just get back to our layers and let's go above to this layer where we have our little arms. What we need to do firstly is to grab this layer and put it above our layer with our head. So you can just go straight up like that, or you can just put it right here above your layer with your head. So now when we are in this layer, let's just create one more layer above, tap on it, select clipping mask firstly, then tap on it one more time, select drone assist, go to the N icon and choose multiply blending mode. Set the same level of opacity that you used before for your shapes right here. And when you are done, one more time, going back to our color palettes, magenta wings color, going to the bottom parts of our little arms, our little hands here, and creating little shadows here. If you want, you can hold your line at the end, go to the editing mode, adjust it from here. When you have the first curve, just add the rest of the color on the bottom. When we have the result like that, one more time, going back to our layers, go into our layer with the hat, creating one more layer on top, tapping on it, selecting clipping mask, tapping on it, selecting drawing assist, go into our N icon, selecting multiply blending mode. For this opacity, let's go a little bit lower. So for example, if you're using 30%, go with something around 25%. When you have the result like that, the same color we were using before, we are going to the bottom part of our heads and we are creating a nice curve here. So let's just go with something like that. Create a nice connection in the middle, and when you have the result that you like, go and add the rest of the color on the bottom part. Try to make nice curve, and if you want, you can just go and adjust your shape with the Liquify tool. So for example, let's just go and select Liquify, go and adjust the size of our brush, and let's just go and push it a little bit down so we will have a nice curve right here on the bottom. So adjust it to your liking, and when you are done, let's just tap on our adjustments twice, and let's just make sure that we have any distinctions right here between our shadows. So you can either go to your layers and go to the layer that you have right here on your top of the legs. You can just go there and adjust the opacity in that way, just go a little bit higher so we will have some difference between these colors. When you have the result like that, let's just go and start adding more details. So for example, we can just go and add an additional element right here on the body. So for example, let's just go to our layers. Let's just go to our layer where we have all these facial features and not so facial features. Let's just tap on it and we will firstly turn off drawing assist. When we did it, we will also need to tap on it and select alpha log to turn it off. When we did it, we are going back to our color palette and let's select this rich blue color. With this color selected, we will go over one of the sides and let's just go and add another little heart here. So let's just go firstly adjust the size of our brush, and then we will go, for example, over our right part and create another little heart here. Add the color inside, and when you are done, adjust the shape if you need to. When you have the result like that, we are almost done with our cat. All that we need to do is to add little wings here. But firstly, let's just go to our layers and we will select every layer that belongs to our cat. So when the first layer is selected, we are going to the next one, swiping it from left to right, and doing it quite a few times until all of these layers are selected. If you want, you can go and hit group right here on the top and just select the group and then go to the arrow key. If you want to make it smaller, you are welcome to go and tweak this little note. But what we mostly need to do is to go and tweak the whole illustration a little bit lower, so we will have some space around it to create our wings. When we have the result like that, when you are satisfied with the position of your little cat here, let's just tap on our arrow and let's just go again to our layers. If you want to collapse the group, you are welcome to do it. Let's just tap on the plus icon and let's just grab this layer and put it underneath our group. When we have this layer, doing the same things as before, tapping on it, selecting Drone Assist, and then we will go to our color palette and select the color with the name Magenta Wings. Same brush we are using, we are adjusting the size of our brush again, and we are going over one of the sides, and let's create the first element for our wing. Let's just go a little bit to the side from our ear, and we will go with a shape like that. You can hold your line at the end, and if you want to adjust it even more, let's go over the editing mode and adjust it. So let's just go with a shape like that. When you are done, tap on the screen and let's just go along this shape, and we will need to close our shape so we will be able to drag and drop the color inside. Try to make this line going through the whole shape, connect it nicely, drag and drop the color when you are done. If you have some elements that you need to manually adjust, you are welcome to do it. When we have the shape like that, let's just go to the bottom and let's create another part of our wings. So let's just go more toward the bottom part and create a little element like that. Again, hold it at the end, adjust it through your editing mode, and when you are done, let's just drag and drop the color inside. Again, if it's not happening, make sure that you close the shape and then try it out one more time. When we have the result like that, let's just take a look at it from the distance and decide whether we want to adjust it in any way. And we can just go to our Liquify tool, adjust the size of our brush, and adjust the shape of our wings if we want to adjust it. So let's just spend some time here and adjust our shape. And when you are done with this task, tapping on our adjustments, going back to our layers and creating one more layer on top. Holding this layer and dragging it underneath our layer with these pink wings. When we did it, we are going back to our color palettes and selecting purple wings bottom color. Again, going to our layer, tapping on it and selecting drawing assist. So we will use our Symmetry tool, and then we will go to the sides, to the bottom, and we will create another shape for our little wings here. So let's start by creating a shape like that. So it will be a shape of the ellipse again. Holding it, go into our editing mode to adjust it if we want to. If you want to adjust it even more, you are welcome to do it. So firstly, let's just go with something like that. And then we will just tap on the screen to get away from this mode. And then we will go and create an outline to close the shape. And then we will drag and drop the color inside. When we have the result like that, let's just go to the middle part that we have on the bottom, and we will go and create some peculiar shapes here. So let's nicely connect these shapes with our main shape of our wing here, and let's just go and create this elongated shape like that. When you have it, drag and drop the color inside, make a nice connection between the shapes so you don't have any straight corners, but instead of the straight corners, you have some little nice curves. When you have the result like that, let's just go again to our Liquify tool and adjust our shape to our liking. So for example, let's just move the shape a little bit to the side, and if you want to adjust it in any other way, you are welcome to go and do that. So let's just spend some time here and adjust our shape to our liking. You can adjust the size of your brush to make this little dance right here on the bottom a little bit more prominent. It's all up to you. When you are satisfied with everything here, just go and tap on your magic wand tool. Make sure that all of the elements are recolored so you don't have any gaps between your shapes. If you want to adjust your shapes even more, you are welcome to go and do that. If you want to go and maybe make this whole element a little bit bigger, you are welcome to go to the arrow key and adjust them from here. But when you are quite satisfied with everything here, let's just go and add additional colors. So firstly, we are going back to our layers, and let's just start from the bottom. We will create one more layer on top, tap on it, select clip and mask, again select drawing assist, and then we will go to our color palettes and select the blue color. With the blue color, let's just go to these elements right here, and we will add additional parts here. So for example, let's just go with peculiar shapes like that. You can go with any shapes that you like. Just try to follow along these elements that you have as a main element. So where you have these little curves, just try to follow the curves. Let's just go and create one more element on the bottom. So let's just go and create this first outline, loop it around, drag and drop the color inside. If you want to adjust them, go to the Liquify tool and adjust them from here. When you are done, going back and going again to our layers, go into this layer with pink wings, tapping on it, selecting clipping mask, going again, tapping, selecting drawing assist, and then going again to our color palette. And this time, firstly, let's just go with yellow gradient color. With this yellow gradient color, we will go to the middle part of our wings, and just with one line, we will go and create some peculiar shapes. Or if you don't want to do it just with one line, you are welcome to just lift up your Apple Pencil at some space and then loop this whole shape around and drag and drop the color inside. Again, if you want to adjust this shape, go to the Liquify tool, adjust it from here. So just spend some time and create nice outlines for this little part. When you are done with this task, go and deselect everything, and then we will go to our layers. Tap on this N icon on this yellow layer, and we will go and adjust the opacity to something like that. So we still can see what's happening here, but it's not that bright. When we have the result like that, let's just go and add these additional elements right here on these top wings. So one more time, creating one more layer, tap in, selecting clipping mask, tap in, selecting drawing assist, and either with the same color or maybe with a color with the name light orange ears, let's just go and start creating additional elements here. So we will just go inside these shapes that we have created, and let's just go with big shapes like that. So you can just repeat what you have on your underneath part, or you can just go and create some different peculiar shapes. let's just have some gaps between these shapes, and let's just go and start creating these peculiar elements. Drag and drop the color when you are ready, and if you want to experiment a little bit, you are welcome to go and do that. Again, if you want, you can go to the Liquify tool and adjust your shapes from here. So for example, we can just go and maybe drag them a little bit toward the center. So we will have these little parts right here with this transparent color. It's all up to you. When you are done, let's just go away from our adjustments. And now let's just go and start adding additional gradients to our little wings. So firstly, let's just go to our layers, and again, we will start from the bottom. We are going to this purplish layer. We will tap on it and we will choose Alpha Lock. When we did it, going back to our brush library, airbrush and folder, soft blend brush. With this brush selected, we are going back to our color palette, and firstly, let's just go with a color with the name Dark Purple Ice. Let's adjust the size of our brush, and we will go over the top, and we will very softly add the additional color in the shape of the gradient. So try to make it very nice, try to make nice transition between the colors, and when you are done, going back to our color palette and selecting the color with the name Magenta Wings. Let's just go with this color to these tips, and we will go and add this additional color here too. So let's just go work on these elements. Try to make nice transitions, try to make something that you would prefer here. When you are done, let's again go to our layers. Let's go to our layer with pink wings, tap on it, select Alpha Lock, and then again we will go to our color palette, and let's firstly start with the color with the name Purple Wings Bottom. Adjust the size of your brush, and let's just go over the bottom part, and let's create this additional color here. So try again to make nice connection between the color. When you are done with this color, let's again go to our color palette and select Dark Purple Ice color. We will go to the bottom, and we will again add the additional color here to make nice transition between the colors. Work on it, and when you are done, let's just get back to our color palette and select either light orange ears color or light gradient. With this color selected, we will go to the tips that we have on the top, and we will just go and add this very nice color here too. When we have the result like that, if you are not satisfied with the color that you have here, you can go to the adjustments, hue, saturation, and brightness. And for example, let's just go to the saturation slider, and let's just go and move it more toward the right, so our illustration will be a little bit brighter. So find what works for you. If you don't want to use this option, you are welcome not to. Find what works for you. When you are done, tap on your adjustments to get away from this mode. When we did it, let's again go to our layers, and let's go and start adding additional colors to these additional parts that we have here. So firstly, going back to this layer number 13, where we have these additional little colors, we will tap on it, again select Alpha Lock, and we will go to our color palette and select this blue-green color. With the same airbrush, we will just go to the tips right here and add this additional color right here just to make a nice touch here. When we did it, going back to our layers, going to our layer with this little yellow part, going, tapping on it, selecting Alpha Lock, and again with the same blue-green color, let's just go from the center, and we will start adding additional gradient color here. Work more on the bottom part and add a little gradient right here on the top. When you did it, let's go again to our color palette and select the blue color. With the blue color, we will go mostly to the bottom, and we will add this nice gradient here too. If you want to go and maybe work more on the top and maybe add different colors here, you are welcome to go and do that too. When we are done, let's just get back to our brush library. We will go to the calligraphy folder, we will choose monoline brush, and we will start adding additional parts right here. So firstly, let's just go to this layer where we have these additional parts. We will tap on the plus icon, we will create a new layer, we will tap on this layer, we will choose clip and mask, we will choose one more time drawing assist, and then we will go to our color palette and select Dark Purple Ice color, or we can just go with Dark Purple Shadow color. We will go to the bottom parts, and we will just go and create little shadow going on the edge of our little wing. If you want to play around with this task, you are welcome to go and do that. You can just go a little bit beyond and maybe create something in that way. Just play around, find what works for you. If you think that this little element is too bright, you are welcome to go to the layers, go to this layer where you have this element, tap on the N icon and adjust the opacity so it will look nice. When we have it, let's just go again to our layers. We will go above our layer with this additional gradient. Again, creating one more layer here, tapping on it, selecting clipping mask, tapping on it, selecting drawing assist, and let's just go with the same color. So it is either dark purple eyes or dark purple shadow, and we will go over the the edge that we have on the bottom, and we will add this additional shadow here too. Adjust the size of your brush and let's just go very boldly like that and add this additional shadow. So create the outline firstly, try to follow the lines that you have here. Let's just go to this bottom part and put it completely in the shadow. Work on the outline, try to make it nice. When you are done, let's just go again to our layers and let's adjust the opacity of this layer so it will look nice. When you have the result like that, let's just go and maybe work onto this little layer right here. We will tap on it and we will choose Alpha Lock. We will be going again to our brush library, airbrushing folder, soft blend brush. We will go to our color palettes and let's select this blue color. With this color selected, we will go over the bottom part and we will just add this additional color here. So you can see how we are changing this little part right here on this transparent layer. So spend some time here, adjust it to your liking. If you want to play more with other colors, you are welcome to go and do that. When you are overall done, let's just get back to our brush library, calligraphy folder, monoline brush, going back to our layers and going to our layers above this little element that we have just created. Let's create one more layer here. We will tap on the N icon and we will select multiply blending mode. For the opacity, let's for now go with maximum and we will go to our color palette and select cyan blue shadow color. With this color, we firstly will need to make sure that this layer is assisted. So go to the layers and turn assisted on. And then we will go right along the shape of our cat and we will be adding the shadow here. So let's just go very boldly. You can repeat the shapes of the cat. So just go there and create the outlines. Or if you want to go with something more peculiar, you are welcome to go and do that. Just try to not go beyond the frames and nicely create this little shadow. If you have to erase some parts, go grab an eraser, erase these parts that you don't need. Loom the shape around and then let's just go and add the color inside. If you want to work more on the shape, go either manually or go to the Liquify tool and adjust your shadow. When you are overall done, let's just go again to our layers and let's adjust the opacity of this layer with this blue element. When we have the result like that, let's just go and start adding some sparkles. So what we need to do firstly is to go to create a new layer and we will go to our color palette and select the white color. With the white color selected, we will go and find this brush that you downloaded from our Uni stamp brushes. So we can start by using the brush with the name Sparkle Chubby Full or Sparkle Full. So let's just go along our wings and let's just go and adjust the size of our brush and just go along and start adding some highlights. If you want to go manually, you are welcome to go on both sides and just vary the size of these elements and put them on different places. Or if you want, you can just go and turn on the symmetry onto this layer and go and adjust these shapes, add these little highlights with symmetry if you want to. So now let's just spend some time here and adjust these little parts. Let's just go and add some highlights. We will go to the bottom part too, so let's just go and add a few highlights there too. When you are overall satisfied with everything here, let's just go above our shape and let's add some highlights here too. So firstly, let's just go and select a different color. So for example, let's just go either with magenta wings or blue color. You can use the same brush, or if you want to experiment, you can go to this folder that you downloaded and explore it and find the brush that you would prefer. So let's just go above and let's add some highlights here. Vary the size of them, try to make something peculiar here, try to go and maybe add some pattern here. It's all up to you. So just spend some time here and add a few elements going in that way. If you want to go to the bottom and add something here, you are welcome to go and do that. Just spend some time here and create something nice. If you want to go and maybe change the brush, and you can go with any brush that you have into this folder, you are welcome to go, for example, select the heart full and go and add these little hearts on the sides too. So spend some time here and adjust these little elements. If you want to go and maybe change the color of some of these elements, let's just go and do the following. We will tap on our layers, we will tap on this layer with these little highlights, we will select Alpha Lock, we will get back to our brush library, we will go into our calligraphy folder, monoline brush, and we will be going to our color palette, selecting the colors that we have here and just going above some elements, and we will just go and recolor them. So let's just spend some time here and adjust these little parts. You can go with some bluish colors, you can go maybe with some yellowish color, it's all up to you. Just spend some time here and adjust the shapes to your liking. And when you are done with this task, we are done with our illustration. But I wanted to make a little adjustment and change the size on the eyes, and if you want to change something too, for example the eyes, we'll go to the layers and find the layer where we have our elements to change. Go into the S ribbon icon, choosing the freeform method and selecting only our elements. Then go into the arrow key and adjusting the shapes with the selected freeform methods, making the eyes smaller and if it's needed, positioning them in the center. Deselecting everything when we are ready, and now we are done with our picture. I hope you are proud of your result. Share it on socials and tag me so I can see your beautiful creations. And if you enjoyed this video, you can find more similar kawaii tutorials on my Skillshare or on Patreon at a link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.